ready for our second experiment. This one is called the bubbling lava lamp. Mrs. Becker, will you go through the supplies for this experiment?
Absolutely. You're going to need your bottle of water, a funnel, your food coloring, the pipette, your Alka-Seltzer tablets, vegetable oil, and a beaker or container to pour your water in.
Let's get started. Mrs. Buck,
Right.
what's our procedure?
Well, our first step, as always, put on your safety glasses, left families. And here we go. Remove the wrapper from the bottle and empty the bottle into another container.
Do I empty all of it or just part of it?
Empty all of it because we're going to accurately make sure that we can only get back a certain amount of water into the bottle. So empty it all into another container. And now our container has a little bit of a spout on it so we can pour it easily. You can also use a funnel to help you. But you are going to fill the water bottle back up a little less than halfway. So the bottle is half full with water. Nice job, Mrs. Becker. Now take your vegetable oil, put the funnel in the top of the water bottle, and now we are going to put the vegetable oil into the water bottle until there is at least a 1-inch space at the top of the water bottle.
Notice how when you're pouring it in, it looks unique. The oil and the water, they don't want to mix.
So it looks like you have 2 layers there. Nice job, Mrs. Becker. Now we're going to use the pipette to add a few drops of food coloring.
Be careful.
What color do we have, Mrs. Becker?
We have blue.
It's going to be beautiful.
All right, after you have put a few drops in, we're going to put the lid back on the water bottle and we're going to shake to try to mix these layers up. And then we're going to just let it set for a little bit and allow for about 5 minutes to allow it to settle back down.
Left Lions, we'll see you in 5 minutes. Welcome back, Left Lions. It's been 5 minutes. Let's look at our water bottle. What do you notice, scientist? Why do you think it looks that way? Now, in just a moment, it's going to get really exciting because we'll be adding another Alka-Seltzer tab. Before we do, I want you to think and make a hypothesis as a scientist. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think it will look like? Why? Mrs. Bach, should we get going?
We should. I'm excited to see what's going to happen myself. So now we want to take the lid off the water bottle. And then we want to, before we do the next step, we need to take 1 tablet of Alka-Seltzer and just kind of break it up into little different pieces. And then we're going to add several pieces into the bottle, but do not put the lid back on the bottle. We're just going to put the Alka-Seltzer in.
It's moving.
It makes me think of the rocket that we just did.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Slightly different experiment, but it does remind me of the last one. So do we want to talk about why we're seeing this change?
Absolutely.
Okay, Left Lions. The crazy high school college word for what you're seeing. Are you ready for this? Listen carefully because you can really impress your parents. Say intermolecular. Can you say intermolecular?
Intermolecular.
Polarity.
Polarity.
That's a really fancy way of just saying the water really wants to be back with the water and the oil really wants to stick with the oil. So what it's doing is even though the Alka-Seltzer is creating that carbon dioxide gas again and trying to escape, the water really wants to come back down to the water and the oil wants to stay separate as well. So they're fighting. Plus we have different densities. We know that everything around us is made of atoms and molecules. And depending on how much matter you have in an object, it might have more density or less density. So that's what causes the oil to float above the water. Water is actually more dense than oil.
Oh, wow.
This was an exciting experiment. Left Lions, there are lots of family questions you guys can go through. I'm interested to see our videos and how our Left Lions change this up.
Yes.
Well, we'll see you for the next experiment in just a minute. Bye.